And President Trump is ramping up pressure on congressional Republicans to approve changes to voter ID requirements. He vowed to stop signing other bills into law until it's done. Senate Leader John Thune is unclear how to move the bill forward amid the opposition. NTD's Melina Weisskopf joins us to break it down. Melina, good morning. What can you tell us about this push for voter ID?
Hey, good morning, Steph. So the Save America Act would require proof of citizenship to register to vote and a photo ID when voting in person. It's an issue that Republicans have repeatedly said is popular among voters from both sides of the aisle. Here's how House Speaker Mike Johnson described it when it passed the House.
This is about a 90-10 issue in the polling, because all that we've done tonight in this simple piece of legislation is apply common sense. All this Save America Act does is it enhances the SAVE Act, which you've already passed twice before, which says that you have to have proof of citizenship before you register to vote in federal elections.
Now, President Trump insisted that this is the top priority for him, and it should be for lawmakers, since he says he's certain if it's passed, it would secure the midterms for Republicans. Now, the president at the Issues Conference just yesterday doubled down on a previous vow to not approve any other bills until this becomes law. Here's Trump.
Let's go for the gold. And let's just not accept anything else. I'll tell you what, I'm willing to just sort of say I'm not going to sign anything until this is approved. I really am, but that's how bad it is. If you don't get it, big trouble, my opinion. If you get this, your midterms, and they know it. For two reasons. Number one, they won't be able to cheat. And number two, the people are demanding it.
And Steph, he wants to pass this with a couple of other issues, a measure that would make it illegal for men to join women's sports. He wants to add that onto this agenda, as well as a measure to stop what he described as transgender mutilation surgery for children. Steph?
So, Melina, the Save America Act already passed the House a month ago, but it's been stalled in the Senate for quite some time. What's the holdup, and is there a path forward?
Well, theoretically, there is a path forward despite the Democrat opposition, which has so far what caused the bill to stall in the Senate. But it could get tricky because it would force senators to use the floor in a way that they don't usually conduct business. It would either require senators to nuke the 60-vote filibuster, which is what requires Democrat support for most legislation in the current makeup of the Senate. But this is unlikely to get the Republican support needed, and that's why Senate Majority Leader John Thune said this is simply not an option. Here's Thune.
There aren't anywhere close to the votes, not even close, to nuking the filibuster. And so that idea is something, although it continues to be put out there, is something that doesn't have a future. So is there another way of getting there? We'll see.
But there is another way to do this that's been pushed by President Trump as well as several senators. Senator Mike Lee is actually the leading force here. He's pushing for something called a talking filibuster. That would look like unlimited floor debate instead of the usual 30-hour debate window that's provided for most legislation. So it would require Democrats to hold the floor for as long as it takes for debate to wind down before a vote. If Republicans are able to outlast Democrats with that floor debate, they would be able to pass this with a simple majority without any Democrat support. This idea has gotten a lot of steam online, but Senate Majority Leader John Thune just yesterday dismissed the online push as a product of a paid influencer ecosystem. Senator Mike Lee last night pushed back on that idea.
Over the last few months, tens of millions of Americans have jumped on the cause of supporting the Save America Act and using the talking filibuster to advance it. I regret that some in Washington tonight are dismissing all those who feel this way and who have weighed in as somehow paid influencers or the product of paid influencers. This is wrong.
Senate Leader John Thune insists that the result of a talking filibuster would be unclear, but he says he's still working with the conference on how to move forward here. Steph?
All right, Melina Weisskopf, thank you so much for the update.